Stop what you're doing right now. Because what you're about to hear will completely shatter everything you thought you knew about Roman Reigns, and expose one of the darkest secrets WWE has ever kept hidden from the public. The wrestling world is in shock. Not from a swerve in a storyline, not from a surprise return, but from a devastating truth that has rocked fans to their core. Roman Reigns, WWE's poster boy, the face of the company, the tribal chief, has revealed something no one was ready for. He's battling leukemia. Again. And this time, it's more aggressive than before. But here's what makes this heartbreaking news even more disturbing. WWE saw it coming, and did nothing to stop it. Let that sink in. While millions of fans were cheering Roman's title defenses, while he was main eventing WrestleMania after WrestleMania, while his name was being chanted in every arena across the globe, his own body was silently preparing to betray him. And WWE knew. They had the medical reports. They had the history. They saw the signs. But instead of pulling him back, they pushed him harder. They saw an opportunity. And they ran with it. If you think back to 2018, when Roman first announced his leukemia diagnosis, the entire wrestling universe paused. Fans who had booed him for years suddenly stood behind him. Because for once, the character vanished, and Joe Anoa'i, the man, stood before us. Vulnerable. Human. Real. But WWE, in typical fashion, couldn't let a real moment go unmonetized. They sold the comeback. They hyped the return. They plastered Roman's face on every product, pushed merch with emotional slogans, and cashed in on his pain. He was their champion, yes, but also their emotional marketing tool. Now, 6 years later, the monster is back. Roman's leukemia has returned, fiercer than before. And this time, the battle is much harder. Behind all the pyro, the promos, and the titles, there's a real human being suffering. And instead of allowing him to quietly step away, back and showing compassion, once again WWE is already preparing to graphics every last drop of star power the emotionally before letting him go public, and the storyline tie-ins. Let's be clear, Roman's illness isn't just another battle is being prepped to become another chapter reminder of how this industry continues to value profit over people. Think about this. You think you've seen Roman Reigns fight his toughest night after night, flying across the country, delivering spears this isn't about main eventing another pay-per-view. He was also fighting cancer this without isn't about storyline betrayals or bloodline drama. Every bump this he took, is life and every death. Table he crashed through, and every high-impact match he competed in, they're already spinning it into their next already vulnerable angle. Body closer to collapse. And the question on every fan's mind right now is, how could WWE let this happen? With their world-class medical staff and billion-dollar resources, how did they not catch this sooner? Or worse, did they choose not to act? Did they gamble with Roman's health, hoping to squeeze out one more WrestleMania main event before the truth came crashing down? And now that truth is out. Doctors are calling this recurrence of leukemia aggressive. That means it's not just back, it's smarter. Stronger. Harder to treat. Roman is about to endure some of the most painful and exhausting treatments known to medicine. We're talking chemotherapy that destroys not just cancer, but everything in its path, leaving his immune system exposed, his strength drained, and his life on the line. This isn't Roman versus Brock Lesnar. This is Roman versus something that can't be booked. Something that doesn't care about title reigns or tribal status. And WWE's response? Cold. Calculated. Corporate. No heartfelt video from Triple H. No deeply personal message from Stephanie McMahon. Just a sterile press release, carefully worded to protect the brand more than the man. Even The Rock, Roman's own cousin and Hollywood megastar, has been silent. No tweet. No tribute. No pressure on WWE to do better. And that silence speaks volumes. This should have been Roman's moment to step away quietly and focus on survival. But instead, WWE has turned it into a marketing plan. Let that sink in for a moment. Roman isn't a storyline. He's not a segment on Raw. He's a father, a husband, a son, a real man whose life is on the line. And right now, instead of dignity and support, WWE is using his fight to cover their own failure to act.